Hello, hello, hello. So happy to have you with us. Like, comment, and subscribe. This review is going to be covering the episode that came out on Friday, the 25th of September, and a little bit because I'm actually catching up on the episode that came uh, out on the 27th, which was a Sunday. I'm still kind of watching it now. But yeah, so looking back at my last upload, basically everything I said regarding um, the couples were true. Obviously, some good news with Justine and Caleb. They were actually chosen to go for that hideaway night, which they seemed to really enjoy. I did notice when they were chosen, if you look quickly on Sully and Johnny's face, it kind of looked like they were a little disappointed that they weren't chosen, but they had their hideaway night. And America just loves Jaleb and let them have a moment, let them have their overnight. And so she was really happy when they came back. But let's talk about this guy that is Carrington. He did choose Laurel and he was able to have that sit down conversation with Lakin. And as I mentioned, he definitely was going to choose Lakin. But in the end, he did choose Laurel. And the reason why he chose Laurel is because he did, have that connection with her. And he did comment about how she made him kind of step up and be the man he needed to be. And that's exactly what I thought. And so I just think it was good that he was able to realize that and I guess just kind of step more into who he's supposed to be as a man. So, again, like I mentioned, Justine and Caleb had their overnight, and coming from it, they looked very happy. And I've never mentioned this before, but they also mentioned that they were happy not to be woken up by Sully's antics. And, I don't know how they were able to live on the island with those antics. Like, seriously, like, not everybody needs to hear a loud voice in the morning. And I understand she has like an outgoing, bubbling personality, but come on, it's not all about you, so people need to like have that slow wake up, where they're just kind of coming out of bed slowly, coming out of sleep slowly, not waking up to, pots and pans being smashed over their heads or a loud voice. That's not always really something that someone really wants to wake up to. It's not really like a peaceful awakening. So anyway, and they did mention that, and she did seem supportive when Jaleb came back. Because I was wondering, I was like, when Sally went away on the hideaway, like all the girls kind of gathered around. It seems like the culture of the island has changed slightly because of the, maybe potentially because of the new girls are there. Lakin is new, Laurel is new, and prior with more of the ones who were there from the beginning, they helped Sally pick out outfits and stuff. When it was Justine's time, she's going in. I'm like, where's her best friend? Like, I know you wanted to go away to Hideaway, but help her pick out some cute outfits too. All right, that's my little rant on that. Moving on. So in the latest episode, they were meeting. Actually, they were surprised with their loved ones on the big screen, and they were able to have conversations with them and introduce their loved ones, their family members back at home to their significant other on the island. So the first couple that got a chance to speak with each other's parents was Moira and Calvin. Moira saw her family, I believe it was her sister and her mother. She chatted with them, and they spoke with Calvin, and they seemed to, hit it off and even invited him back to Hoboken. The next couple was Bennett and Lakin. Bennett and Lakin had been hitting it off, and they seemed to make a good impression on their parents. It got a little bit more complicated when Laurel was speaking to her parents, and then uh, Carrington was so nervous to meet them, just based off of what we have all seen with him, going from woman to woman and not really understanding where he wants to be, but landed with Laurel and happy there. So when it was time for him to meet her parents, he was very he was nervous, and but it went well, and his parents seemed really happy with the choice that he made and seemed to support him all the way. And it seemed vice versa as well. So everybody, it worked out for everyone. And it was so funny. The narrator said that we don't want to see his parents. It's so funny. He's more than a voice to us. He makes the whole show like so funny. So we love hearing him. But anyway, Jaleb and Justine and Caleb. So I believe it was Justine's mom who came on the big screen. So she saw her and was like so happy and like ran over to and her mom and her sister, I believe, were singing, and they were singing "You Were Shining Like Gold" in Swahili. And it was a very joyous occasion. Then Caleb's parents came on the scene. That was after, but first Caleb got a chance to meet Justine's mom and her sister, and they just loved him. And it was just like a family reunion or something. And then after that, Caleb's parents came on, and they were introduced, and they were really happy with the couple. And his dad was saying he chose Justine for him, early on the entire time. And, one of the things that Justine was scared about was if she made her parents proud, but she did. And it was just really nice and sweet. And then the father, Caleb's dad, he was kind of pressing him like, so could she be the one? Is she the one? Da, 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 da. And Caleb was like, yeah, I think she very well could be the one. She's everything that you guys told me to look out for in a woman, and everything I've grown to love and want in a woman. So she might very well be the one. So that was just so sweet. So I hope that they have a long lasting union. So after that, Sally saw her mom and her siblings, and she was able to chat with them for a little bit before they were highly anticipating the introduction to Johnny. And they were introduced, and her brother kind of, asked him some tough questions. And then Johnny's parents came on, and his dad kind of joked with him like, hey, you didn't stick to the plan. But he is 22, so he's really young, and not many guys that young, especially in this day and age when there's so many distractions, um usually connect with someone and stay with that person. So it's definitely a different setup. And you know but unfortunately, because of his activities at Casa Amor, it kind of cast a shadow on over the meeting. So that's something that both of them kind of talked about, and was like, we're tired of going over this over and over again and that sort of thing. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I guess they handled it the best way they could, because unfortunately, we're over it. We've moved past it pretty much. They're together, they're a couple, they're happy, but the parents are still kind of living in that, because they haven't met him and they haven't gotten a chance to speak about it and that sort of thing. I mean, I don't know if they're in contact with them before they actually speak with them. It would have been great if maybe they held those comments and things for private time, but because this did happen in such a public way, I guess they felt it was definitely appropriate to just address it as such. So anyway, we wish them the best, like the last recoupling. So I just hope everybody lasts on the outside. it seems like they're all well matched and are willing to give it a go. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye.